Say I know the storm come, Mom, I know the storm come.
Welcome back to another episode of Eating Elephants. And today we have got the number one ranked boxer on the National USA Boxing Rankings, Malachi Ross. Malachi, what's up, bro?
What's up?
So, off camera, I think we just started because they were asking, how did I hear about you first? And we were talking about last year, you were Golden Gloves Fighter of the Year.
Yep, it's Fighter of the Year.
So, how did that work?
I guess it just go off the accomplishments that you done over the year. And I guess I had the most accomplishments, like as a male. And they put me as Fighter of the Year.
Huge. So 2023 was a big year. 2024 for sure has been a big year. But as we often do, where did you start, Mr. Ross? What made you start getting into boxing and spending your youth boxing?
Well, my pops, he put me in boxing a long time ago. I was real young, probably like 3 or 4. I put the gloves on, and we'd just be in the driveway or in the house working on mitts or practicing on certain stuff. And then I just started getting better and better, and I just stuck with it.
So when you were getting better and better, where was that driveway? Where did you grow up?
Grandview, Missouri.
Grandview, Missouri. So that's outside of Kansas City?
Yeah, a couple minutes, like 15 minutes outside of Kansas City.
That's what's up. So you went from kind of holding mitts to actually getting in the ring. What was the first boxing gym locally that you kind of stepped in and started actually doing more towards in the ring?
What was
Started at Pound for Pound with Melvin Wesley when he was 6 or 7, and their gym closed down, and he referred us to Leo Moreno, R&E. So we went out there, and it was a gang of kids out there. We've been out there ever since.
That's what's up, man. For everybody who's watching, we do have another guest today. We've got Mr. Ross himself in the background. Dad is here. Malachi, how old are you?
18.
18 years old, man. And it's always great to see fathers who are involved with their children and helping steer them towards, living their dreams. So with that being said, in those days, I would imagine the dream started for you. When you started boxing, what did you want to accomplish? Was it just a hobby, or did you have like some baseline goals?
So I just had some baseline goals, like when I was younger, I just wanted to win certain tournaments or be on the USA team for boxing or win the Olympics one day. Those are just little goals so far. But as I got older, I just wanted to take it far and go pro and be a world champion one day. So, yeah.
So that's the goal. One day we're going to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
So going pro, as we all know, styles make fights. Who do you model your style after when you think of those pros?
Actually, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think I model my style. I think I could do multiple styles, actually. Like, if I have to, I can counter punch, fight long range, inside. Or I could box, or if I got to, I can go in there and fight it out.
So during this journey, and I know Melvin takes fighters super young, I always talk about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, right? They're two guys who met each other in the amateurs and had really, really great fights. Who is your antagonist in the amateurs? Do you have a fighter that you've seen a few times that you'd look forward to seeing as a pro?
Yeah, I got a couple fighters that just turned pro actually not too long ago that I could potentially see in the future. Amir Anderson, Ben Johnson, just a couple of them out there.
So now that they've turned pro, what weight class are they fighting at in pro?
I think they middleweight, around 150, either 147 or 154, same weight.
Okay, huge. So your last fight, where was it and what platform was it on?
My last fight.
USA Nationals.
Oh yeah, the USA Nationals. That was December. That was like the biggest tournament of the year. At the end of the year, the USA Nationals. Yeah,
So in Louisiana.
yeah, it was in Louisiana.
That's what's up. So, you know, one big thing about, I think, you know, fighters, even if you don't have a style that you say, well, my style's like this guy. It's like me, I'm a big guy, right? But my favorite fighter is Roy Jones. If I was a boxer, I don't think that would be my style.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some of your top 3 fighters that you just enjoy watching?
Actually, my favorite fighter is Roy Jones too. That's my favorite fighter. Floyd Mayweather, Shakur, you know, Tank Davis. Some of my top fighters that I like to watch.
Bud, bro.
Yeah, and Terrance Crawford for sure.
Hey, don't forget about Big Bud.
I can't forget about him.
The Bud, Bowman, Diego, all the guys. So with that being said, did you watch Bud Crawford versus Magrimov?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched that.
So what did you think about that performance with Bud going up to that weight class? And those are like also potential guys that you could face one day, right?
Yeah, I think Bud did good. I think he fought a real good opponent that a lot of people sleep on too. But I feel like he did good and he pulled it off. I think the dude ain't do enough to beat Bud to get the win.
No, not at all.
I had it 9-3, but he didn't do nothing to me but a lot of pain.
Yeah, he need
3 rounds.
He needed one of those shots to affect Bud, and that wasn't happening.
He landed 12 or 13 right hands the whole fight, and the rest of it was pains.
Well, that's what I think he was hoping he was going to buzz Bud with one of them rights. It wasn't happening. So, you know, Malachi, another thing is you mentioned Shakur, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for someone, and I'm always big on looking at the dream because, man, you're number one. I think all of these people know who you are, just like you know who they are. And with Shakur Stevenson, just having the option of getting out of a contract, right, with all the majors, looking at him and knocking down his door, have you had any interactions with some of these big-time promoters like the Eddie Hearns or the Frank Warrens or Al Heyman or some of these names of people who, you know, potentially could be banners that you fight under in the future?
No, not yet, but potentially soon. We got the Youth World Tournament coming up, so hopefully I win that tournament. You know, the big promotion companies start coming at me.
So Youth World, where is that going to be held?
In Colorado.
Okay, cool. So if you guys ever, I know you guys have probably met Bud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys ever been to Colorado with Bud? I see that's where he trains typically.
Nah.
For the higher elevation.
Nah, we ain't never been to Colorado with him, but at his gym in Omaha, though, we been to the B&B gym while he was there.
Yeah, no, shout out to B&B, man. You know, another really good boxer out of B&B is So Cold Steve Nelson.
Yeah, I sparred him a couple times.
He's slick, man. He's slick. I've watched a couple and seen him, and also heard some guys that tell me, like, man, you know about So Cold? I'm like, yeah, I know about So Cold, man. You see what he does?
He started late, and he got a lot of skills to start so late in boxing.
Yeah, very much. And I think that's a big thing, you know, for you, Malachi, because you started very young in boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're primed to have a very, very good career in boxing. And we've talked about growing up, and we've talked about current boxers. But let me ask you, being that you're from Kansas City, is there a message that you kind of convey to the youth that maybe want to start boxing in the future?
Yeah, I feel like if you want to start boxing and go far with it, you can't get discouraged. You got to keep going. You're gonna have ups and downs, but you just got to keep going.
And I know the further you're getting, man, know them ladies is out there. And I know, boy. Don't you play with me, young Malachi. I know Dad is in here, but I know that they barking down your door. So, and people starting to know who you are. How does that feel to know, like, man, I've been doing this forever. Y'all might not have known, but y'all starting to know. You know, you got guys like me in your inbox. Like, who is this dude saying, sit down on a pod? How does that feel to start getting that recognition, man?
Yeah, it feel good to finally start getting the recognition for all the work I've been putting in. They just now, you know, getting the notice and see me out there. And it feel good, like the fans and stuff. Yeah, they look up to me, kids. I be getting messages. Kids send me paragraphs and stuff, like asking me for tips and all type of stuff. It feel good, though.
100%, man. You absolutely deserve it. You know, I was like really hyped for you because I seen your promo that dropped that content. So is that your actual car in that promo, or was that like a...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so it's no cap. That was
no cap.
No cap. All right, I get it. That was your real whip. And if you hadn't seen it, I'll definitely make a reel and show y'all that TA. It was sweet, man. I definitely think that was tight. Who shot that promo for you?
Glenn. Yeah, he's a photo. He do like videos and stuff. He photographer. Yeah, was Glenn? What's his I think his Instagram's like Glenn Video or something like that.
Yeah, shout out to Glenn Video. That was clean, man. And you know, for me, coming up on 38 years old and almost being 20 years older than you, or being 20 years older than you, shoot. I talked to boxers the generation before who don't like to do social media and who don't like to do, you know, interviews and things of that nature. For you, how has social media treated you so far?
Oh, it treated me good, actually. Social media, especially now in these days, like most social media, you need social media kind of like to get out there for people to notice you and see like your work and, you know, to see so people can, you know, get attached and get on hook on what you're doing, and you can show your display of your skills and whatever you got going on. Social media will help a lot.
You know, I was just sitting here thinking when you said that, man, that's why I like people like Turki Alalshikh, you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Who are changing boxing and putting their own stamp on boxing. Man, I don't know if he's watching, but it would be really dope for the #1 USA ranked boxer to actually make his debut on a Riyadh season card.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Crazy? Would you go to Riyadh season?
Yeah.
Pull up and watch the show? I think that's huge. Do you have a message for any of those future promoters like Turki Alalshikh or like we've mentioned Al Haymans, the Floyd Mayweathers, Leonard Ellerby's, the list goes on and on and on?
I just want them to do their research on me. Do their research.
World Tournament in October. We're going for the gold in that. Check that out. So y'all can check his skill set out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like, and you know, you can educate me on this because I know you're ranked #1 with Team USA. That doesn't translate to you going to Paris this past year. How does that work to getting to?
He's a year too. He was too young.
Yeah.
He was a year too young. Okay.
Yeah, I was too young.
So in order to go to the next Olympics, you would have to stay an amateur, right? To go.
Mm-hmm.
To go.
2028. That's, yeah.
Was it LA?
Yeah. Yeah, I have to stay an amateur. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to wait another 4 years, go another 4 years and an amateur. I might turn pro soon.
I think that's the big question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is Malachi Ross going to wait for the chance to win an Olympic gold or debut at Riyadh season? I think Turki, if you're watching this, I think we can push him. He'll be in Saudi. I'll be out. I'll go too. Shit, let's get it. Beyond that, man, I know we got Pops in the background. You're not supposed to be saying a lot of stuff. So what made you put Malachi in boxing? Did you box? Is this something that...
No, I didn't. Well, my father boxed. Both of my brothers boxed. I was just like the sparring partner for him. I just always had a love for boxing, man. Just when he came, I said, it's perfect. He came out swinging, so yeah, he did.
So then there we go. No, that's huge. Man, I love boxing, man, just because I have family members. You know, you get those family members that start boxing. So, you know, beyond that, what are some things that we can look forward to besides the World Tournament for Malachi Ross and his brand in 2025?
You can look forward to me going pro, my pro debut. Hopefully, yeah, in 2025.
100% that pro debut. So, the pro debut is something I really kind of try to stay away from in this pod because that's the sauce and the mystery, right? But I'll ask you a couple questions about that. So, out of the pros, we already mentioned guys that you kind of have that previous pedigree of going against in the amateurs. Who are some pros that you feel like you would love to get in the ring with or even spar and work with in the future?
Pros, let me see. Charlo brothers. Mostly, most of the top pros around my weight class, like the Charlo brothers, Terrance Crawford, Caleb Plant,
Xander Zayas.
Yeah, Xander Zayas.
Matchup.
You be hanging with them thugs, man. Caleb Plant, the Charlos, you gotta meet them at the bar now. You know they're not gonna be at the gym. I think those are also some really good fighters at 155. I don't know if you guys seen that Danny Garcia's going to 160 on that Better B versus B Vault card. And I think looking at a guy your size, we know you're gonna probably be up there one day. Who you going for, Better Beeve or Bivol?
I'm going for Bivol.
All right. So, also coming up, we've got that rematch of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Who's your pick for that fight and why? I need a why on that one. Why?
I wanted that for the first fight. I wanted Tyson Fury to win, but he starts slowing down. But for the second fight, I'm gonna stick with Tyson Fury. I want him to win for the second fight.
Yeah,
but the rematch not undisputed this time.
It's not.
Cause they stripped him from for the IBF.
Oh, dang.
Right.
Who you got?
I'm going with Fury.
Fury. Man, I really feel like they gave Fury such a wild. He said he need a standing count. He need a standing 10. Like when he started kind of going on the ropes, he drove the car all the way around all four corners, and then I watched the fight right after that. I can't remember what fight it was. I want to say it was maybe Rolly. And he kind of bounced off the ropes like that. They called the whole fight. It's a weird one. Do you watch any UFC?
Yeah.
So who's your favorite UFC?
Favorite, maybe I say Max Holloway. I like Sean O'Malley. Who else?
The Stylebender.
Oh yeah, Stylebender for sure. I'm trying to think like a bigger weight.
John Jones.
Oh yeah, definitely John Jones. I really don't be watching UFC for real. I be playing it. That's how I know most of the fighters.
Play gamer.
Yeah, occasionally I don't be just on the game all day.
Oh no, it's okay. We gotta get you a Twitch, man. We definitely, you know what I mean? Because Undisputed is coming out soon. On October 23rd, I believe, on all platforms. We're gonna get our first boxing game in many years. So I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be logged in.
I wish EA Sports was making the new boxing game. Like Fight Night, that's the best boxing game right there.
They need to make it. Make the Riyadh season game. We need that. Once we get a few more fights, man. I'm all about Turki Alalshikh, man. He's shaking it up. We got people nervous, man. He's giving me, I've watched boxing that last card they had, and it's the first time in a long time I watched boxing for about 6 hours straight, 7 hours straight. Every card was a banger. Andy Cruz was on the prelims. It was just a crazy thing, David Morrell was the first fight out of the last 6 or 7. It was just ridiculous. So with that being said, thank you for coming out, Malachi. And before we go, is there anything that you want to say?
I just want to dang, my bad.
No, you good. That part recorded, but that part got to be smooth because people gonna watch the beginning and the end for sure. All right, so So before we get out of here, Malachi, you got any shout outs or anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I just want to shout out my pops for sure. My family, all my fans, and yeah, I want. I keep messing up. My bad.
You good, fam?
You shouldn't say should just shout out and say support me and I'll fight for you. Just to keep you to remember it.
No,
All right, so
let me see. Yeah, we'll just keep it short.
Before we get out of here, Malachi, is there any shout outs that you want to give?
I want to give a shout out to my father, my family, and all my supporters and fans. And I want my fans to just stay tuned for 2025. It's going to be a big year.
Huge. Well, thank you for coming out. And this has been Copeland and Malachi Ross for Eating Elephants saying peace.
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 Say I know the storm come. I know the storm come. I said I know the storm. Hey, I know the storm coming cause the bullet won't start to ache. Told my mama keep her dry on all them rainy days. When my niggas died, had to slide, but it still ain't take the pain away. All them tears that I cried when they died, but it still ain't take the pain away.
What? Talking about, why you call it eating elephants?
I call it eating elephants because how you take on a big task, you got to take it one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant.
Say I know the storm come. I know the storm come.